Have you ever heard of a crime so cold it literally took place inside a refrigerator? This isn't fiction. This is the chilling, true story of a 14-year-old boy who was sentenced to life in prison for murdering his own 6-year-old sister and hiding her body in a fridge. What could possibly push a child to commit such an unthinkable act? Was it anger, a mental disorder, or something far more sinister hiding behind a normal-looking family? Stay with us, because once you hear the full story, you'll realize this was never just a case of sibling rivalry. This was something darker, much darker. From the outside, the Harris family looked ordinary. They lived in a quiet, suburban neighborhood where people left their doors unlocked and knew each other by name. A hardworking father, a stay-at-home mom, and 2 children, 14-year-old Ethan and his adorable little sister, Lily, just 6 years old. Neighbors described Ethan as quiet, polite, and a bit shy. He didn't have many friends, but no one ever imagined he'd one day be labeled a murderer. Lily, on the other hand, was the light of the family, bright, bubbly, and always smiling. She was the kind of child that made strangers smile when she passed by. So how did this family go from Sunday picnics to a blood-soaked tragedy that shocked the entire country? Ethan had always been a little different. He didn't cry at funerals, he didn't like being touched, and most of all, he seemed disconnected from emotion. But in a world where parents are working, distracted, or simply trying their best, it's easy to miss the subtle red flags. His teachers reported that he was quiet but intelligent, never disruptive. He got decent grades, didn't cause trouble, and never harmed anyone. Until he did. Behind closed doors, Ethan was harboring deep resentment. Resentment toward his parents, who he believed favored Lily. Resentment toward the world for always making him feel like he was second best. And somewhere, buried deep in that 14-year-old mind, something snapped. And when it did, Lily would pay the price. It was a normal Thursday afternoon. Their mother, exhausted from a long day, told Ethan to watch over Lily while she took a short nap. Just 1 hour, that's all she needed. Ethan agreed, calm, collected. He even brought Lily her favorite snack, apple slices and peanut butter. But something changed. At 2:47 p.m., according to the investigation, Ethan led Lily to the basement under the pretense of playing hide-and-seek. She trusted him. She had no reason not to. Downstairs, he opened the large, unused garage fridge. He told her to climb in, playfully, saying, "Let's see if you can hide here. I'll count to 20. And she giggled, and she climbed in. What happened next is horrifying. Instead of playing along, Ethan locked the fridge shut. And then he left. When their mother woke up around 3:30 p.m., she found the house quiet. Too quiet. She called for Lily, no answer. She asked Ethan where his sister was. His response? "I don't know. Maybe she ran away." Calm, cold, robotic. Panic set in. The mother searched the house top to bottom, screaming Lily's name. And finally, in the dim, musty garage, she opened the fridge. Nothing could have prepared her for what she saw. Lily's tiny body was curled up, lifeless. Her lips were blue, her skin was pale. She screamed, a scream so loud neighbors rushed over. She pulled her daughter out and tried to perform CPR, but it was too late. Lily had died from suffocation and hypothermia. And in the chaos, Ethan stood there, silent, watching. Police arrived within 20 minutes. At first, they assumed it was a terrible accident. Kids die in freak ways every day. But something didn't feel right. The fridge had a latch that locked from the outside. And when they questioned Ethan, they didn't expect what came next. After hours of silence, he said it. "I did it. I put her in there. I wanted her gone." No remorse, no tears, just cold. Just like the place where Lily died. Investigators were stunned. They asked him why. Ethan replied, "She always got everything. She was the favorite. I wanted to see how it felt if I didn't have to share anymore." The news spread like wildfire. 14-year-old kills sister in fridge. A headline so outrageous people thought it was a hoax. But it wasn't. The boy was charged with first-degree murder. The state prosecuted him as an adult. The defense argued that Ethan suffered from a personality disorder, possibly early-onset psychopathy. They pleaded for mental health treatment instead of prison. But the judge wasn't convinced. Ethan had planned it, lied about it, watched it happen, and showed no remorse, not even when Lily's photos were shown in court. At the end of the trial, the gavel came down. Life imprisonment, with possibility of parole after 25 years. Ethan, now a convicted murderer, would grow up behind bars. His childhood, his freedom, and his future gone. The Harris family was shattered. The mother stopped speaking publicly. The father moved out of town. The home was sold. Neighbors still whisper about the house, saying the garage light flickers at night. Some even claim to hear a child's giggle, though no one lives there anymore. Lily's grave became a local memorial site. People leave teddy bears, flowers, and letters that say, "You didn't deserve this. You were loved." As for Ethan, he remains in a juvenile facility, later to be transferred to adult prison. Psychologists continue to study him. Some call him a rare case of a born sociopath. Others say he was a product of emotional neglect. But no theory can undo what he did. Can a 14-year-old truly understand the value of life? Can a child be evil, or is it always a failure of parenting, of society, of love? This case left more questions than answers, but one thing is certain: a little girl is gone, and a boy who should have been playing video games or worrying about school will instead spend his life behind bars, all because of one moment, one decision, one locked fridge. If this story shocked you, let us know your thoughts in the comments. Do you believe Ethan deserved life in prison, or should he have been rehabilitated? Like, share, and subscribe for more real-life crime stories that will leave you speechless. And remember, sometimes the darkest stories come from the most unexpected places.